go.
Hi guys, this is Crystal Lynn coming to you from Southern California. And we are here to talk about what is going on up in the sky right now. I really felt it's important that we discuss what's happening because it affects our whole lives, our relationships, our friendships, our business. It affects everything right now. So we're going to talk a little bit about that as people start to come in. So hello everyone. See if we got people coming on in. Let's see. We've got Instagram. Hi, you guys. You guys can share this, please, or share it with a friend. Somebody you think might enjoy being a part of this time. Because again, we're going to be working on things that really apply to us and can help us navigate some pretty rough waters. We're getting to the point where we're at the peak, and the water, like being in the ocean, it's kind of going everywhere. You've got a was that on?
Facebook's ready.
Okay. There's a lot going on, and we can learn from it, and we can prepare ourselves a little bit, so that we're not just a victim of this astrological tornado. You can have some focus, some balance, and work through these things without just being subject to it. And that's where, in astrology, we can learn tools, actual tools through astrology, how to handle what's happening. So when we talk about what's happening in the sky, we're talking about, let's see here. We're talking about, I'm sorry, guys. I got off. I'm trying to get my Facebook up. See if that's working. Hold on. I don't see it on there. Oh, is it Crystal Lynn? Where's this get set up here? A little bit of a... Okay. I'm not able to see it. Maybe Ethan can come in here and see where I can get answer questions on Facebook, because I'm not seeing it right now. Want to make sure I can talk to everybody. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Thank you guys for your patience. We're just kind of having a few little situations that, the energy is so high and so kind of everywhere that, again, computers and all the things that we do in a day can really be affected by it. So the other thing that I want to talk about is that we are getting ready to enter a solar eclipse. This is when the sun and the moon are in the same side and they are conjunct the north node. And this brings a powerful effect. So we're getting ready. We're moved into Cancer now. So let me get that up for you guys. We've moved into, this energy that's all about home. That's all about where we live, our sanctuary, a place to fall, a place to be that's safe. As we're moving forward with the different things we're going to be doing, having that little place is important for our well-being, to create. And often we don't focus much on that, that we can really focus and take the time, but we have to be in a comfortable place. So working on your home, a lot of people are moving, a lot of people are redecorating, a lot of people are, reconstructing, dealing with things from the past. So a lot of people are feeling like, oh my gosh, things we couldn't take care of now, the focus is let's take care of them. Let's get them done. Right? So that is what I am thinking. Let me see here. I don't know why I'm not getting this up, you guys. Hold on again. I'm sorry. This is like frustrating because I can't see Facebook. All right. Sometimes, there we go. There we are. Okay. There you go. I can see you guys. So there it is. All right. Cool. Just connect with you guys here. Because this is all about connecting. It's important to be connecting with each other in this day and age. It's important to have real relationships that you can touch. because most of us and the way that society is moving into, everything is online. Relationships, conversations, textings, everybody's communicating through the back door, and when you're texting other people, you never can truly get your emotion, or the other person might, really take it differently. So there's a lot of things that happen when our communication is kind of, all through the computers and all through the internet. Very often people are getting very isolated. I talk to a lot of people and they say, I'm really lonely. I don't have any friends. Everything's on the internet. It's like we're yearning. We're missing that feeling of connection. We are getting ready, as of July 1st, we are getting ready to move into Mars in Leo, okay? So this is a Mars return. It's usually about 8 weeks. It happens every 2.5 years. And it's here to give us like a big shot in the arm. Sometimes I say it's like steroids from heaven when you're having a Mars return. You get a lot of excitement, vibration. You start feeling good. Mars in Leo is going to have us all wanting to see the grandiose picture, wanting to imagine, and you can see it, what you could do. And it's a time for us to be able to say, you know what? I'm important. And what I'm doing is important. And understanding that when we're dealing with Leo, we're dealing with the lion. So the lion, they have their pride, but they really sit top on the hill. They're king of the hill. So for people who have a lot of Leo in their chart or are Leos, you're going to be way more influenced with this. The arguments that can happen during this time are, arguments of power, power battles, because everybody's really feeling, it's kind of a self-love. I feel good about myself. Leos really like respect. They like to be acknowledged. They like to be appreciated, and so they demand respect. A lot of times Leos, if you don't, have an honest, respectful relationship, they aren't interested. So this energy is going to be, we're all going to feel it, okay? We're all going to feel it in different ways. It's going to want to get us out in the limelight. So if you're working on a project that you have been holding back and waiting for this moment to put it all out on the table, this is the time. July through August, Mars will be in Leo, okay? Again, another thing that can happen during this time, because it's a fire sign, it's connected with the sun, there's this grandiose, exciting picture of our lives, and we're dreaming big, but also it can really create a lot of disappointment as well, because if you're thinking too grandiose and you can't back it with, actual hard work and the system, it's like, oh man, I had this dream and it didn't happen. And then there can be like a fall with depression. So I try to explain that these things are coming. It's an energy. And if we understand it, we can kind of go, okay, it's important to dream. It's so important to dream big, because, it's like reach for the stars, go for it, all or nothing, do it. This is that time. It's a time for you to really also just, take your power back. And then you'll be able to redirect that power into the things that are important, to the support that you do have. Leos need a lot of support. They kind of like their entourage, so you're going to see this kind of energy where people will be getting together, but at the same time, it's important when you're doing something to really say, hey, I'm here. I'm not going to quit. I'm going to push forward. And we get that fire energy, okay? The other thing is a little bit of manic. You can see a little bit of manic stuff going on because, again, it's so much positive energy. So to get really, really excited. So this is just stuff to, really pay attention to. If you need to get some help or you need to talk to somebody, do self-healing, go to the ocean. You want to really take care of yourself right now, because we're entering into like pow, okay? Leo energy is like overwhelming. And Mercury has just moved into Leo, and Mars will be right behind it, July 1st, on Monday. Okay, we're already feeling it. Also, we're entering into an eclipse. I was talking about an eclipse. It'll be in Cancer. So this will be a very emotional time. The things that you care about, the things that you love, the things that you nurture. It's kind of like this eclipse will bring in things in our life, or look at our life from the past and kind of uncover the things that aren't working and that you were hanging on to. And as those things pass through this eclipse, you know, it's gone. They're gone. You're right where you should be. The things that are holding you back. And for some people, eclipses are really difficult because they're hanging on so tight. But you know in your heart that, you know, some things are dysfunctional. They're not good, but you don't know how to step out of that. Okay, so the good news is everyone's going to be doing their kingdom, queendom thing. You know, claim your queendom, claim your kingdom, and really be proud of what you're doing. Don't let anybody knock you off your pedestal, just for 8 weeks. So, okay, you guys, thank you for coming on. Hey, Chris. Hey, Sasha. I see some others. Let me look. You guys always are so patient with me with all this, looking at the comments. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Also, I'd like to know if you guys have any questions. How are you guys feeling right now in regards to the energy? Are you feeling it? Have you had some radical things going on? I mean, we're heading to the peak of this. So usually with an eclipse, I see things, you know, 10 days before, 10 days after, you know, and it could even be a longer orb. But typically the closest to it, 10 days before, it's like everything's starting to get out of control and all of the things, everybody's showing what's underneath, you know, and things are coming out, and they have to come out. The universe really puts the pressure on us, and they have to come out, or we hold on to them, and it becomes stuck. And when you're stuck, you know, you just can't move forward. And so if you're in a situation or you're in a relationship that you are not allowed to be who you are, and be creative and have somebody supporting that, if you have a relationship that's really pulling you down, now's the time to really look at that and look at what your dreams are. Because, again, we all need our little entourage of supportive people around us right now. Some relationships are hard to get out of, and some relationships are difficult that you've been together so long, so many years, maybe kids. And so I'm not recommending anybody change that. I'm just recommending that people look within themselves and make sure that they're really connecting to their value. Sometimes in relationships we forget and we lose kind of who we are. And a healthy relationship is, to me, is allowing two people to be all that they are and to bring that together and share that together and be able to be there for each other, maybe in different ways. But, you know, we're moving into this age of Aquarius, and it's all about unity. It's all about equality. It's all about taking responsibility. Can't blame anyone else, and really being able to manifest your life. How do you want it? Everybody has a different picture. But manifesting power is like a whole different thing. It's the ability to really see, to have that vision, to get that vision. Okay, we call it, you know, I like to call it downloads, like downloads from heaven or raindrops from heaven, where you're driving down the road and you just feel, oh my gosh, the music's on, and you start getting those ideas, and you start seeing clearly, and you start talking to yourself, oh my gosh, you know. The thing is, though, everybody gets those opportunities, but not everybody listens or uses the, you know, the wisdom that's coming through. That's what guides us. A lot of people say, oh, you know, my guides or my angels, or, you know, but it's really wisdom that guides us. And we can attain wisdom by looking within. And the only way to obtain it is looking within. So if you're not really willing to go deep into your life, then you're really going to struggle, just struggle out there. But the more honest you become, more truthful you become with yourself, more laughing at yourself a little bit and saying, yeah, I did that. You know what? That sucks. I did that. I'm sorry. To be able to just, say sorry to people that you love and not hold on to grudges. But it takes two people, and it takes that initiation. It's hard. So I don't know why I'm off on this whole tangent, but that's what I was thinking. That's the energy. Again, because the eclipse is, has this Capricorn Cancer effect. It's having security, having your home, having this life that is abundant, but also dealing with, money and business. A lot of us are dealing with government issues, or county issues, or anything that's related to, the system. Capricorn is all about the system. And so, if you have things in your life that need to be focused on, it could be getting audited by the IRS. It could be having the county come out and fine you for, who knows what in your neighborhood. Those kind of things. Everybody's, they're real alert, and, it's you don't want to draw it to yourself. So you just kind of want to make sure. I don't know if that makes sense, or you guys have experienced that. I know I have. So that's that. So let me see what we're doing here on Facebook. I'm just going to say hi to you guys. I don't know why, but it's only let me see a few of the comments, not all of them. What's up with Jupiter retrograde right now in Sagittarius? Ooh, that's a good question. So when we look at Jupiter, okay, Jupiter takes 12 years to get around all the signs. 12 years, okay? So every 12 years, like right now, Jupiter's in Sagittarius. So the seeds that we're planting this year, are going to build for another 12-year cycle. Now, Sagittarius is all about, looking abroad, looking at the bigger picture, about going back to school, about studying, about even, it doesn't matter how old you are. Like, I could go back and I could do this. It's Sagittarius is the professor. It's higher learning. It's also religion. Sagittarius is a free bird. You can't really pin them down. They love to travel. They have to be constantly moving. So for many of us, that's been the energy around us, on the go, needing to get out, really focusing on what we believe. Now, when Jupiter goes retrograde, which it is right now, retrograde is when the planet appears to be going backwards. So when the energy's forward, we're all feeling it. We're all moving forward. But when the planet starts to slow down in retrograde, it's like, oh, we all feel that like shift, going backwards. And a lot of times during those periods, retrogrades really bring up the things that you still need to look at behind the scenes. So for example, Sagittarius rules the hips. Okay, it rules the hips, rules, that whole area. So a lot of people are having hip problems. Okay, and so my mother, if she's watching, she has been really struggling with a hip problem. Right about the time Jupiter went retrograde, it started to really flare up. So it's the universe's way of saying, you know what, you're babying this hip, but you really need to get in and have it looked at, because it's not good. It's getting worse. So things that can appear to get worse in a retrograde, or it's because it's wanting to go deeper behind the scenes and really make sure we learn those lessons. You know what, you guys? It's all about learning lessons. And sometimes that's frustrating, but really is. It's all about being willing to learn the lessons. So Sagittarius retrograde is going to have us all going behind the scenes. If you are in school, maybe some deeper study, travel, okay, getting out there and traveling. So all that being said, think about those things. The other thing I'll mention too about Sagittarius and Jupiter, it's really a father energy. So what happens is often with Sagittarius, you could be reuniting with a father. You could be separated from a father. You could be finding out you have a different father. Sagittarius is all about kind of this father theme, but the father always appears far away. It's like you can't get to the father, for different reasons. And this really creates the ability to grow within, but there's always kind of this father issue. So Jupiter can bring that, especially once it goes direct, bring that back together and create healing. While it's retrograde, you may be going through the feelings of things and trying to figure things out, and then boom, we'll be going forward. So that's all being said on that question. Let's see. Okay, can you please speak about Neptune? Yeah, I love Neptune. Neptune's my favorite planet. And that's because I have a moon in Pisces. So if you're a Pisces out there, your sign is ruled by Neptune. Okay, Neptune is the planet that's furthest out. It's the farthest one out that you can see or that you know about. Pluto is small little planet, likes to cruise around Neptune, kind of hang out with Neptune. They get along, okay? But being that it's so in the outer world, it's like so connected to another world. So Pisces become in and out of, I'm here on the earth and I have to do these practical things too, having these dreams and things that are going on and a lot of information coming in right now. And it can be overwhelming for Pisces. Neptune is strong right now. It's at the peak. It's a 14-year transit. It's the first time in 165 years that Neptune is actually in its home sign of Pisces. It takes 165 years to get around. Even 165 years ago, when we get into even the mid-1800s, is when we see a lot of religions pop up. Mormonism, Jehovah's Witness, they were all really, all of those leaders, Joseph Smith and, all of them, all really came out during this Neptune transit. And they were seeing visions, and they were young boys, and from these visions, they suddenly had the only way, and then, they created big followings, right? And there was a message that was working, but here we are 165 years later, and we're look on YouTube. Look on YouTube and just type up, I left the church, the Jehovah's Witness church, or I left Scientology, I left, a cult. I mean, even Christianity, there's something everywhere, and people are talking about what they've gone through. And a lot of times Neptune, the problem is Neptune can appear like everything's really great. So Pisces often, when they meet someone, they automatically look for the best in them, the best in the situation. They're believing, they're excited. They can really mirror and mimic other people's energy. So often they like pick up on something and they feel it, but there can also be deception behind it. And you can't see that side till you get in a little bit, and then you find out, oh my gosh, there's a whole nother picture here. And even for our own lives, what are the things that, we're holding on to? What are the things we're struggling with? Because Neptune is retrograde right now, a lot of us physically are like hard to talk, losing your train of thought. You start to talk, losing words. You kind of feel like maybe you have Alzheimer's or something, And that's what Neptune is. It rules that type of stuff. Mental health, mental illness. Mental illness is something that is never before been at the focus of our society, of our world now. Finally, mental health and mental disorders or illnesses, however you want to call them. I don't like to use that word because, when you look into astrology, you realize that it's kind of a whole nother topic, but each sign really has the areas that they have to work on mentally, and we can all get off balance, especially if you know astrology. You know that things get crazy up there and we get affected by them. So, but mental health is something that's really homelessness. All of these things are the focus with Neptune and Pisces. And the religions that were started 165 years ago, now Neptune comes back and now he's challenging it all. All the kids that have grown through these generations and they're in this generation, right? They're like, oh, hell no, I'm not doing this. This is wrong. So you know, it's like it changes your mind. It changes things, helps you open up. But there is a lot of wounded people right now going through that, especially making that stand. It's hard to do. So that's a few thoughts on that. Let's see what else we got here. Okay, what about the eclipses coming up soon? So I was just talking about that. This is going to be a strong eclipse. It's going to, you know, Cancer is mother. Cancer is nurturing. Cancer is who we take care of. Cancer is, you know, who we eat dinner with, you know, who we're intimate with in our homes, you know. Cancer is really all about, again, another type of intuition where, you know, you become everything, you know, another sign that's ruled by the ocean. But, I mean, it rules by the moon, which changes the ocean. So this is going to be an emotional time. It's going to be hard. You know, some people are going to have emotional breakdowns because they're just holding in stuff for so long. Let it come out. You don't have to wait so long until it comes out into a big thing. I mean, that's hard to do. Trust me. I work on it all the time. But, you know, with the anxiety being high right now, you know, try to breathe through these. Try to ask yourself how much energy you want to waste. Even if you're frustrated, even if you're upset, try and stop and see that the universe is taking care of everything, that you are in perfect timing, even in our trials, even in our struggles. You know, you're just right where you're supposed to be. The advantage of astrology is not that it takes away our challenges and trials, but it gives us answers on how to work with it, right? So, you know, there's a lot going on, and we need to have a lot of self-care right now. Let's see what we got here. I'm just trying to... You guys, a lot of comments on Facebook. Let's see. Okay. Hold on. Okay, I'm living in a strong Mormon neighborhood here in Utah. My husband grew up Mormon. He's a moon in Pisces, sun Mercury too. No longer Mormon. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. And I'm not putting down any religions if this is something you have or grow up with. It's just that over time, certain things just don't work and they're rigid. And the energy that we have is breaking free from anything that really stifles you and holds you down and controls you. And so, you know, a lot of times you see that in the church. You do see, you know, manipulation, emotional manipulation. And this generation's eyes are opening because of this Neptune transit that we're having in Pisces. The eyes are being opened. It's interesting because even if you go back and you look at a Neptune transit and you go back even further, you see the story of Jesus and Paul, who went to all of the different, you know, all of the different places to preach the gospel. I think there was like 14 of them. That was during a Neptune and Pisces transit. Paul was out preaching this gospel, and he was traveling all over the place. So, you know, if you go back and you study, which is really exciting, all the times Neptune was in Pisces, what years they were, and look at what was going on spiritually. You know, there was times that, you know, changes in the Catholic Church happened in Neptune and Pisces. So, again, I'm just encouraging you guys all to look at this because we're breaking free. And some people hold on to a lot of guilt, or, you know, they want to please their family, or it's all they've ever known. But there is, you know, again, this Aquarius energy coming in is about really finding yourself and not say being your own God. I know that sounds weird, but you have the answers now, and you don't have to have anybody manipulate you, fear-monger you, you know, make you feel bad, you know, manipulate you into doing things. Now it's like, no way. I can actually speak for myself. I can actually, you know what I want. Okay, sorry. I'm getting all animated now. So I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, but here we already have a message with that. So thank you guys. Hi, Vanessa. Let me take a look here. Yeah, you guys have a lot of comments coming in here on Facebook. Let me, let's see. I'm going to check. Where'd my YouTube go? Let's see. Bear with me because it was up. Sorry, it's just like, this is like what's going on right now. This is it. Okay, let's take a look. I want to say hi to you guys. Okay, I'm going to turn this down. It's kind of challenging, being up out here, because it's like, I have so much to share with you guys, and at the same time, I have to stop and do these like earthly things. It's kind of hard to do. I might make it look easy, but I'm just fumbling around like everybody does. I'm good. I was just looking for the YouTube questions, and I just found them. Sweet, we're good. Okay, thank you. All right, let's see. Let's take a look here. Hi, YouTube. Okay, let's see. I always look forward to the show. Thank you. I had a massive fight with my mom just some hours ago, and since she and I are massive into astrology, it really helps. Yes, mother women issues really are going to be on the table strong this next 2 weeks. So a lot of things will come out between you and your mother. Good things can happen if you're in a good place, and it's going to even be better. Everybody thinks, oh, it's going to be bad. No, it's where you are going into it. If you have unresolved issues, they're going to come to the surface. The universe is going to, that eclipse just puts so much pressure, and then we're just like, I got to get rid of all this angst. I got to get rid of all the things dragging me down. Like, I have no choice now. The energy is like, you're done. We've been fooling around with all this for, the year. Now we got to really make changes for the next thing to come in. So your relationships with your mothers and women in your life, they're important right now. And to stop and make those right if you can, to really connect to that side that you're there to help and nurture. And it's an important part that we are doing that. So many people live in such a selfish mindset that we often don't take care of the elderly. It's very sad to see what happens to the elderly. And yet, we're living kind of a totally different world, which is self-gratification, go, 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 go. We don't have time. And yet that person, that elderly person that was given to you in your life has the answers, the wisdom, the stories, the love. And to be surrounded by their family, I think is really important. Just again, thinking about these things, thinking about our hearts. This is the issues that are going to come up. So, and it's okay also with the eclipse if you do have like a real close relationship with a woman, a sister, a mother, that you might move, or you might need to change that a little differently. So eclipse is going to bring all of it up wherever you are. Okay, so I hope that was helpful. Let's see. And we had Eva last night. I don't know if she's on here right now. I did one of my 15-minute readings on Facebook, on my CHRYSTAL LYNN Astrology Facebook. Every week I give away a free reading, and then I share that live. If you haven't seen it, go back and look at all the videos we have going on my CHRYSTAL LYNN Facebook, CHRYSTAL LYNN Astrology, and you can look back at some of the stuff we're doing. Everything I do, I really try to make it a teaching tool for everyone. So if I'm working on a reading for one person in the video, it's not just the person. I'm teaching everyone the different ways to look at a chart. So it's teaching. It's like free, ability to kind of learn more about just different concepts in reading a chart, different styles. Okay, so that's all there is to that. But come on over. Also, if you want a reading, you can private message me at CHRYSTAL LYNN Astrology, my Facebook page, and PM me, and I can give you more information. I custom design my readings for you. So people say, oh, can I look at synastry here? Whatever you want to do. In 1 hour, I give you, if you want to look at relationships, if you want to look at business, family dynamics, I can pull up several charts. Your hour is yours. And I want to customize so that you can get the answers and the encouragement you need. So if you can make that investment in yourself, and it will really give you the courage to get through the next cycles to get where you need to be. And a lot of people leave my readings really feeling empowered, and that's my goal. Okay, so all that being said, Let's take a little more look here at questions. Um, okay, we've got Kath, and it says, I can feel old fears coming up again. Is there something in astrology impacting this? Yes, because again, we're like we like have these old traumas and these old things that have happened to us. A lot of us in the last few years have been through some really heavy stuff, and it's, it almost creates a post-traumatic stress syndrome when you go through really deep stuff with relationships or family, every which way. So we think we've got it under control. But Cancer is all about emotional memory. Cancer has a photographic memory. And Cancers are able, I love Cancers, they're able to call up an emotional experience, put their mind on it, and go back to that place and feel everything they felt at that moment again. So you have to be really careful that you don't allow yourself to be falling too much back. But at the same time, for healing right now, it's like we got to talk about it. We got to get it out so we can move through this eclipse. It's bringing it all to surface so we can let go and finally heal from it. And so we're not dragging the baggage on the other side. Okay? On the other side of this eclipse is going to be a whole new world. And, that'll mean something different to everyone, but be excited about it. You're already feeling the excitement and what you need to do. You're already feeling those things. You can see them ahead of you. But then the other energy, like that Cancer energy, is like, oh, I'm going to hold on to all this baggage and emotions and dwell on it and feel sorry for myself. I mean, that's we all do that at times, but that's a challenge for our Cancers. And that's going to be bringing that up in all of us right now, wherever you have Cancer in your chart. So if you have a moon there, ascendant, Mars, any north node, you're going to really, it's going to really take you to a new level. Okay. So I hope that was helpful. You guys have good questions tonight. Thank you. I'm trying to sorry that I don't probably read everyone's. It's just, there's a lot of them, so I'm trying to pick a few out. So let's see. 34 wisdom, almost 40 degrees. I'm so sorry I do this. Okay, what does this will be a little sign thing. If you guys want to ask about your sign, what does this mean for your sign? I'd be happy to give a few minutes of that because I think it's important. So, call out your sign and say what's going on for me. So what's going on for Aries? Well, first of all, Aries is in what's called a trine. There's a grand trine happening, and that's when all of the fire signs connect together at the same time. So Aries is a fire sign. Jupiter in Sagittarius is fire, and now Mars in Leo is going to be fire. And it's like this beautiful triangle, a trine they call it. And when that happens, it's like, oh my gosh, you're protected. See, you're right in this little area. There's good luck around you. There's protection around you. It's like, go through. And the fire energy is going to make you so like, I want to do it. I got to do it. You're going to have motivation. It's putting all of these signs together. So Aries, this is about you taking your identity. This is about you stepping out in a whole new way, kind of the whole celebrity fame thing. We're all our own little celebrities, when you deal with Leo. So it's like identity and wisdom with Jupiter in Sagittarius, taking your wisdom from what you've learned. And now with Leo, it's like, get it out there. It's just going to be like bang. So it's exciting, but it's a lot of energy to handle, imagine. So it's just kind of knowing, okay, I'm being pushed forward. These ideas I'm having are right on. They may not happen. You may plant the seed today and they may be happening over here. But at the same time, that fire energy is going on. Okay, so just, breathe. Once you hit September, when Mars moves out of Leo, things will calm down a little bit, and then it will be time to sell your product because Mars will move into Virgo, and Virgo is all about entrepreneurship and getting your product out there. Put a little, where you can make your business work. So, the next 2 months is going to be about all the great ideas and all the excitement of getting it done, and get as much done as you can. Work during this time because you're going to be so, elevated, and you're going to be so, all your ideas are going to come out more confident. You got to grab the confidence when we can, right? Because sometimes we just don't feel that confident. And, Mars and Leo can bring a lot of confidence. Remember, too, I said can also bring kind of arguments because everybody's not going to be taking it anymore. You're like, oh, no, I'm not going to take this anymore. You get that kind of lioness or lion mentality. So got to use it, right? Got to take it. Okay, so we've got this. Thank you guys so much for joining me. It really means a lot. And it means a lot to have the response and the energy coming back. My goal here is to connect with you guys, give you opportunities to ask questions and learn astrology. I am going to say that tonight is going to be our last night of this 22-week run. I guess this would be 23 weeks. For 23 weeks on Wednesday nights live, we've been out here and connecting with you guys. But we're ready. I got mad scientists behind me right now. And we're working on some documentaries. I'm working on some other things. I will be coming back for these types of things, but it's probably not going to be every Wednesday. But I'll be showing some other projects that I want you guys to, hopefully you guys will follow. And, you can always ask me questions. You can always book a reading. It's just a new energy coming, and it's just time. So, you guys, it's hard because we have this little routine, but I am being drawn to, opening up and working on all the ideas I've had sitting on the table. And that's that Mars and Leo energy. You got to get this done. You can't let it sit here anymore. So we have so much that we're going to be working on. So we're not leaving. We are going to take a break for next Wednesday. But we'll be back, and we'll be letting you guys know what we're doing step by step. Again, if you go to my Facebook and leave me a message and just say, hey, keep me updated, then I have a whole list of people that will get the first notifications to what we're doing. So we're not leaving. We're just redesigning, redirecting, and opening up to some new concepts. So that's what, again, we're in the middle of the eclipse. Something's done, and now we're moving forward to, okay, now what new energy is coming? If you are in a position in your life where you feel like, I just can't do this anymore, I'm depressed, a job, a situation, and you're just low all the time, and you're defeated all the time, you know what? That's not a good way to live. That's not a way to live. And this is a time, again, I'm encouraging everyone to stand up and really claim your value, your identity, okay, your wisdom. Again, that's the energy going on. So who else do we have here? Let's check out on our, thank you, Instagram. So many people have joined this. Let's see. You guys are funny. I love it when people are talking to each other and arguing on the thing. It's so fun. Remember, Leo, too, there's going to be a lot of drama going on right now. Yeah, I'm going to have to really work on, now that I know, working on those things, getting in the water, talking to people. I have a counselor, I have a therapist right now I'm going to every week so that I can just bounce off ideas of what I'm thinking and learning how to reframe them. And it's been absolutely wonderful for me. It was something I, never thought I would do. And it's really been amazing for that I can really express things that come up. And she loves my astrology, so we get to talk about astrology when I'm in there. And she's so supportive. But, make sure you're not alone. Find somebody that you feel safe with and really get this stuff out. And if you are alone, you can create a sanctuary for yourself and do your own meditation and really allow these emotional memories from the past that are coming up very strong to come up, take a look at them, make some resolve with them, it is what it is, or you know what, I want to apologize to this, or whatever the situation is. Can you make it right? If you can't, can you still send love to that person and just send them good love and hope the best, that everything's the best for them? That's the heart we need to have to step up to this Leo energy. Otherwise, you'll be down on the pecking order. So I just want you guys all to step up any way you can. So there we go on that. Let's see. Let's see here. I got the chills from your response. My elders always have been a massive part of my life. I've just moved, and she is not in the same mindset with her marriage with my dad, etc. He is extra old-fashioned. So, yeah, here's all these family dynamics right now. Here's the mother. Here's the daughter. Those are the things that are going on. So it's a good thing, okay? It's a good thing. All right, you guys. I'm just going to take a look here. Gotta go up here. All right. Let me see Facebook. I want to say goodbye to you guys and just take a look. It says it's like 62 comments, but it doesn't let me see all of them. I don't know why. It's making me mad. Let's see. Okay, we are going to be giving away one more free live 15-minute reading. If you will email me at my Crystal Lynn Astrology with your birth date and enter this contest, I will be picking from that, the hat, the names in the hat this week, and I'll be announcing the winner. So these are just fun ways. Anything else I need to tell them?
No, we had 2 winners for 15 minutes.
Okay, we have 2. So you already got the winners, or do they need to? Okay. Oh, okay. Then you don't need to. But you still can go to my private message, so I know you, and talk to me, just to get on my list, really, of notifications if you want to be.
Like to ask
yes.
See what people think, but think about doing the call-in. What I was thinking was doing maybe like 7 or 8 call-ins in the hour period.
Right.
And we would bring you the chart. You would have a few
charts ahead
to look at it, but we bring it ready so they would message their phone number and their birth date.
Okay.
So we could do some call-ins or just other ideas, like what would they
that's what we're trying to look at, is what other ideas that we have. So we would like to hear from you guys. We're talking about doing a call-in show where you guys can call in, ask me a question. I give about 5 minutes to each person. I'm looking at your chart so I can give you that connection. And basically it's going to be, getting on the list of the call-ins for the night. And will it be like a phone thing?
Yeah.
I'll have a phone here that will be on speaker. Or Skype. We'll work something out where you guys can hear. But, we really want to do that. So that's kind of some of our future plans, because it's fun to listen to other people. It's fun to see what they have to say and stuff, isn't it? I don't know. I think that's fun. Let's see. Is there any way on this Facebook here? Because it's like 62 comments, but it doesn't let me see them.
You got to be on the thing.
Where am I? Oh, okay. Oh, gosh.
And then these are the current comment.
Okay, there I am.
Yeah. Okay.
I feel a little
look,
dingy tonight. Okay. I'm very dingy tonight.
And then here is like
Okay.
Who's this? Jackie Kennedy. I can't say her last
Okay,
name.
Ballage.
She won 1.
Okay.
And then another person won 1. And just know, if you do win, if you can message us and then we reference it and then we get set up, because sometimes people win and they don't want to do a live reading.
And you don't have to. We can do different things.
But
if you cool. So we've got 2 winners tonight already contacted. So head over there and we'll do some more of that. And usually it'll be a week or 2, because you are on a list with other people that I usually do 1 reading a week. But we're getting through them pretty fast, so I think it won't take too long. But, it's a little process that we go through. Okay. Uh-oh, I've got feedback here. How are we doing on time? We're doing pretty good. I don't know. It's talking to me.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
I'm just like all over the place right now. Okay, you guys. Well, thank you so much for joining me. If you have any other questions, again, you can PM me at Crystal Lynn Astrology, or to book a reading, or anything you need, come over and we'll talk about it and see if we can't, bring that to you. And again, thank you for joining. So we'll be off next Wednesday, and then we'll be back again the following Wednesday with some really cool content. All right. So thank you guys, and have a great week. Take it easy. Watch yourself out on the road. We still have Venus in Gemini, which is very fast paced. Just take it easy. Okay. Physically nurture yourself. And do a lot of vegetables right now, even if you do like smoothies, but like celery, asparagus, those kind of things with the vitamins that we need right now. Okay? So we will see you in 2 weeks. All right.